Hello trainers, Ganeto here, and today we're diving together into Open Master League with a Sol Galeo team. I know that I have said I will not showcase any more teams till the end of this season, but then Costpent, who is an amazing member of this channel, sent me these battles with Sol Galeo in Open Master League and I just couldn't resist. So perhaps if we have more battle submissions, I will just go ahead and upload more videos towards the end of the season. So over here we're having the Kyogre with our Melmetal, and those rock slides are just gonna be clutch enough in order to draw that shield out. However, now this Pokemon has a lot of energy to spare, and even an Origin Pulse might just do the trick against our Dragonite. We still want to keep our Dragonite hidden, which makes a lot of sense, and right here we're just gonna return into the battle for some extra energy farm with our Fire Spins and Sol Galeo. So Psy Strike is coming in, we know we can survive one while still preserving that shield for the endgame. However, here this Mewtwo can still reach to the Psy Strike to provoke our shield out of play, and right after we can get to our Dragon Claws. We know that they need always 5 of those Psycho Cuts to reach to their next big Psy Strike, so with that in mind we can easily farm down here, and now Super Power will connect for big damage on the Dialga, just enough damage to put at a critical position. Psychic Fangs here will do some cheap damage on their Pokemon. Kyogre returns, going down in one single Fire Spin, and right after those Psychic Fangs will still pressure the Dialga for even more debuff on their defensive side. So here comes now the Iron Head. Everything that they're gonna throw is gonna be not very effective, so right here we're just gonna take the big W. Into the next one now with the Dialga up in front this time. So we're facing the Kyogre on the switch. I really like this play, going early for that Psychic Fangs and now switching out to the Dragonite, because we can easily manipulate this matchup towards our advantage and get out of here with probably the complete farm down. So as it seems, this is the case. Kyogre going down to a Dragon type Pokemon, and right after we can bait for the Superpower. Are they gonna block? Yes they are, big block here, and right after we can answer back at them with a heavy hitting Superpower. This way they are getting critically low. Sol Galeo can go in, start farming down all that crucial energy, and once again they switch out, but once again Costpent here will get to another Psychic Fangs. With that in mind, I think now that those Rock Slides are gonna deal more damage than ever to this Pokemon, and since they can throw here whatever they want is gonna be the Shadow Ball, we can still take it while we can flex our bulk with Melmetal. So they're just gonna leave the battle, and we're gonna take a pretty handy victory to start off the video with the second battle. Into the next one now, we're having Mamoswine up in front, so this one can be always kinda tricky, and we're facing now this Dialga on the switch. You know what, this is pretty cool for us, but still we need to switch out at some point into our Melmetal, because we're having obviously the better matchup. With Dragon Meteor going in, perhaps we can get a lot of action with Melmetal towards the next Pokemon. So getting pretty low, I really like this play, because now the next Pokemon will not farm a lot of energy out of our Melmetal, and we can still get to back moves. Expecting, I believe, the Mamoswine to return, but still they come in with Giratina, expecting us to go for the double Superpower, which is pretty smart if you ask me, and right here we're just gonna get to the Superpower of our own with Dragonite. Down they go in one simple charge attack, which is pretty nice for us, and right after those Psychic Fangs will most likely provoke the farm down on this Giratina. Look at that, trainers, able to get to another one. Of course they have backed out, so I think this is gonna be the end to this battle. No reason to prolong things, and yeah, this is just a bummer that they left, but still we can see that the final Iron Head with Sol Galeo will just seal the deal against the Giratina, the devilish god of Pokemon lore. Into the next one now, when we're gonna see up in front the Rayquaza. Wow, this is absolutely insane. So Ray here is just gonna do resisted damage to our Pokemon, but after a few breaking swipes, perhaps they can have the upper hand. We know that, so realizing the condition here, we're just gonna switch out to our Melmetal, clearing that debuff away from our Sol Galeo, and we're gonna hit them with Super super effective damage with that Rock Slide, dealing a lot of damage in the process as well. So another Rock Slide is imminent, but this time we have overfarmed a lot. Perhaps they could think we could have Rock Slide and Flash Cannon, but of course that is not the issue at all. So right here we're just gonna see the next move, which is the Close Combat. We can barely survive, and right after we're gonna reach to a pretty smart superpower. We know that they are gonna block anyways, and we just want them to farm even less energy than ever. So going for the superpower, debuffing ourselves even more, and that is gonna be kinda good for us in a weird term. So anyways, returning to the battle with Dragonite, tanking one Wild Charge, which is pretty nice, and right after we're having the Rayquaza returning into the battle. So Psychic Fox here with the Undercharge. You can see that this trainer is already on Legend, and this is why. He's using every single resource that he's having on its arsenal. So yeah, you can see that Undercharging, going with the wrong move sometimes on purpose, can definitely get you some really nice wins in the process. So Xerneas is going in, and right here we're just gonna go with those Psychic Fangs, because we know that one Iron Hand will never be enough, especially after the debuff on our side. So by debuffing their defense, we can now reach to that Iron Head for big damage on the Xerneas. Just gonna block and then complete the farm down, as it seems, because the fire spins are still gonna be enough for that Xerneas to faint. Into the next one now with a Dragonite up in front. This is looking kinda good and scary at the same time, because Superpower can still do a lot of damage. We need to respect it, and by not switching out, perhaps they have another Pokemon weak to our Solgaleo over here. So as it seems, perhaps it's gonna be a double fairy like before, so we need to just wait a little bit to find out. So Melmetal now going in, and I'm pretty sure that even if they get to the superpower, we can survive, but still it's gonna do a lot of damage. So that's why our cost spent here will go ahead and shield the first one. So it is gonna be the superpower. Right after, we're gonna follow the switch on that own Melmetal, and yeah, I think that we might have the upper hand here because of that crazy energy gain. As it seems, this goes as CMP, so superpower is coming back to back at them, and they are gonna block it. So we were right about Dragonite staying in there with our Solgaleo, because they're having a Togekiss at the back. Even after the debuffs, two of those Rock Slides will do a lot of damage to that poor Togekiss, and we need to go in here with our Solgaleo, able to get to the Psychic Fangs before they reach to the Flamethrower, which is a pretty nice one for our Pokemon, and we can always win the CMP against any fairy type. So Ancient Power is coming up, we're just gonna block it, and now both trainers have zero shields into play. They're trying to catch the move on the Dragonite. We know better, and that is gonna be a crazy win for our cost. Into the next one against Thought Tactical. Are you kidding me? Grabbing the first good lead of this battle, and yeah, I think that we're gonna be on a very good spot overall, because Mewtwo is gonna be at the back, and with this amount of HP that it has, perhaps one Dragon Claw will just seal the deal. So it all depends on what Thought Tactical is having as their third Pokemon. So here comes now another move. I believe we can survive here with this while not spending and sealed at all, but still they have back-to-back moves. This is impressive. I totally lost count of energy, and now they might have the upper hand with that high horsepower against our steel types. So let's see how well they can play this, because Zekrom is gonna be at the back, so we have to play respectively here as well. Just gonna get here to another Psychic Fang to debuff this Pokemon even more, and this one will also hurt them at the point that they might actually switch out. Here comes the follow switch to the Mamoswine, and all we have to do is to reach to those superpowers. But instead we're gonna get to the Rock Slide. Thought Tactical is gonna call it, and this is not looking that well, because high horsepower is coming right after. We can survive with only 1 HP, which is just enough to destroy down the Zekrom, but with this amount of HP and all that energy gained from before with Zekrom, I don't think we can have the upper hand here. So only time will tell. Here comes now another Fusion Bolt, most likely. Look at the animation, I already love it. You can see all those thunders in my background, and yeah, that is gonna be a pretty hard earned win for Thought Tactical, and we just fall short to that second Psychic Fang being charged up, one to get the shield, one the knockout, and yeah, that was obviously a very good battle for both trainers. Into the final one now, and we're having Giratina here against our Dragonite. We know this is gonna be just an ominous win, but they land the boost. Are you kidding me? This is not looking that well. one Dragon Claw to grab the shield and one more right after to destroy them down. Are they gonna use double shields here? Yes, they are, which is pretty fine by us. At this point, I believe that going in with Melmetal is gonna be the obvious choice, and perhaps we need to shield the Shadow Ball, because after the boost, this Pokemon can deal so much damage to our Mercury. So another Rock Slide is coming up, but this time we'll finish off the Giratina. Dialga now comes into the battle, and we have a very good battle against this Pokemon. They know we got Solgaleo at the back, so perhaps they're gonna get to the early move as soon as possible, as they know that we also have a lot of energy to spare with that double superpower. One superpower to bring them super low, charging up a little bit more. I like this play a lot, and now throwing the next superpower. Also at the back now they have the return of the Kyogre, so we need to be extremely careful. Psychic Fangs here is not gonna do a lot of damage, but still it is gonna add up in damage with back-to-back Psychic Fangs and by dropping their defense. Surf is coming up, we can definitely survive this, and right after we're gonna answer back at them with another Psychic Fangs. So the question remains, can we reach the final one? Yes we can, before they farm us down, which is pretty crucial. Down goes Kyogre, and that's gonna be a great game to end this video. Thank you Costpen for submitting those battles. Solgaleo is an amazing Pokemon overall for Open Master League. Thank you for watching, trainers, as well, and if you want to support me with this content that I have provided to you, just be sure to leave a huge like before you go, and of course consider subscribing to my channel if you are new to my content. With that said, I have 2 videos for you to check out, so feel free to do so, and I will see you all into the next one.